1 and 2 and 3 million. They contemplate the mystery of existence. Money feels irrelevant. Well, is that in euros or dollars? Because you know sometimes that exchange rate's not on my side. What up? My name is Damon Dominique. I'm 20 years old and I'm living here in Paris, France, which, by the way, is a lot cheaper than when I lived in New York or LA. People always think Paris is gonna be the most expensive, but y'all, the drinks, the metro, the rent, even my friends are cheaper. Now, most of these videos are done by people who are financial advisors, financial analysts, investors, or just people like myself, but who enjoy numbers and statistics and analytics. I couldn't be farther from that. If you want to ruin my day, ask me about taxes and numbers. Like, just ask me. I'm gonna just say it. I've never had a budget, but also I've never felt the need for one. Like, I, again, make my money in batches, so to me, I'm like, what sense does it make to make a budget when I don't know if I'm gonna make the money to pay for it feels like busy work a little bit. I also say that because I do have some money put away, so I'm comfortable. I feel like most people click on these videos are people who are looking for financial advice. I could offer you advice not really on money, but on like our views on money. Like, my existence can't be reduced to a damn number. Okay, all right. I just wanna say I think I've been pretty smart, okay? You guys are like, shut up, just tell me how much money you spend. First thing we need to note is that I have a French bank account, which I don't want to talk about. Y'all saw the video, it stressed me out. It did not need to be that hard. It did not need to be that hard to get that thing. That I use for things like the bike system here. I use for things like my phone bill, my French phone bill. I use for like gas and water. I use for rent. And then like other expenses that French people need like a French card for. Then we have my regular old American card that I use. I put it on my phone and I pay for everything with my phone. So that's like food and coffee and restaurants, shopping, drinks, like anything would be my American Chase Sapphire credit card because I get points and the points give me money. It's in the description box below. You can use my referral code and like I think I get some money and you might get some. This is what I mean. Like, I don't know, and I truly like, please use the link if I'm the person who told you about it, but also, if you don't use it, you don't use it. Like, that's fine. Basically, anything I purchase, I would use my phone and I would use that Chase Sapphire. You know why? Because I get points. I get points. That's like one thing I do know. You get points, and it's like you're spending money and you're making money at the same time. Like, you can't make money if you don't spend it, baby. Be the first one to make the dirty cash. Every time you spend money, you get points. It's like this fake system. Again, this is all a video game. You get these hypothetical, like mystery, magical points from just spending things that you would typically spend money on. And these points accumulate, and then you spend those points on flights and on things. The number of flights I've taken that I didn't have to pay for because the points paid for them, it's money that everyone should be using. But again, it's not money because it's fake money. But you see, like, if you're not using it, you're kind of hurting yourself. Maybe I do know a lot about this. So I pay for everything on my credit card and then I pay it off in full at the end of every month, which is good for my credit. Again, another system in the United States that like is just magical. It's just like a bunch of baloney to me. Like, I really, Damon, put on hated glasses before these comments come for you. I'm saying money is such a game in this way because once you kind of know how to do it and know the strategy and you're smart about it, you see how the rich get richer and the poor just stay poor. People who don't have much money don't have time to be like Googling how to make the best investment. Like, they're worried about putting food on the table. They're not worried about like doubling 2 cents every 2 years via an investment. Okay. Then we have my American business card, which I use for things like if I am taking somebody to lunch for business, if I am buying a new memory card or a new hard drive. I also have another American business bank account because I have a company called Shut Up and Go, but we're not doing that one because I haven't used that bank card. We're taking 2 weeks, y'all. We're taking June 29th to July 6th and July 6th to the 13th. We're doing 2 weeks here so you can see what it really costs. The French bank account, the dates are the other way around, so I gotta really look at this. Okay, 45 euros for gas and electricity and water. I took Metro, so that's 190. What did I take 80 euros out for? Like, what is this commission frais? Phone. Wait, yes, no, that's internet. There's my rent. No, not even. Okay, cool. That's not even that much. because I spend everything on here. All right, for my French account, we got 45 euros for my gas and electricity. That's how much it costs every month. We're gonna divide that by 4. We got 11 euros. See, we're gonna have to do euros to what I do in the beginning of this video. We gotta do euros to the dollar. I only took the metro once that week, so that's €1.90. I don't take the metro much anymore because since it's summer, I take the bikes. And we could probably estimate like 10 bikes that week. I took 80 euros out in cash for some reason. We'll just factor that in. Okay, then I got 350 for, apparently my account cost that per month. So 350 divided by 4, that's 80 cents per week. My internet is 22 euros a month, so divide that by 4, it's 550 a week. That's really good, that's just fast. You have to get rental insurance, and they make you pay every 6 months. So it's 80 euros every 6 months. So 80 divided by 6, 13, then divide that by 4. So it's 3 euros and 40 cents a week. My rent is 995 euros, divide that by 4, we got 248. Okay. Pause. Okay, yeah, and somewhere probably in another week, I put 5 euros on my phone, which lasts different amounts of time depending on how many minutes I buy, depending on how many times I have to harass the French administration for an update on my visa renewal, because as we all know, I am still waiting on it, and my appointment was in when? January. All right, and then somewhere along the way, I guess I learned that I don't pay for water in this place. So if you are paying for the water in my building, thank you, because I can't find the payment. Okay, so 400 euros. These are like basically utilities though. You know, that's not even food or anything. All I spend money on is food. Like, why am I at the grocery store every day? Yo, I was really hungry this week. Like, another grocery store. Okay, the reason I went to so many grocery stores is... No, seriously, I went to 9 grocery stores that week, ranging from 232 to 2665. Because it was my friend's birthday. She needed some alcohol for her picnic in front of the Eiffel Tower, so I got her a bottle. Every time I hit the grocery store, it was like $20 to $25. Yeah, I don't work from my house when I don't have to. After the confinement, the lockdown, I have to get out of here. And typically when I edit my videos, I go to coffee shops. And then restaurants, yo, I was just like, let me go back to my favorite Asian restaurant, TUAN. Week 1, here are the things that I spent money on. Coming in at number 1 is groceries, which is $131. $131. Now the thing with grocery stores in Paris, it's part of the lifestyle to grab your lunch from it. They have all these like pre-made sandwiches and salads, or if you're gonna go have a picnic, you pick up everything from the grocery store. So it's not necessarily groceries. It's probably like bottles of alcohol. It's like tabbouleh cups and like vegetarian sandwiches. Coffee, $33.62. What? Yeah, I love good coffee, and a lot of times good coffee means high prices. Not saying I agree with it, but saying that sometimes I do want good coffee. Restaurants, $31.41. Everything else this week, again, it was like I had this app on my phone, Photoshop cost per week, phone data per week, Google Suite so I can like do my calendar setup and have my email correct and all that, Spotify, Netflix broken down by the weekly cost. Look, I wasn't prepared for this. This is tricky because sometimes you get charged certain weeks for certain things that may be a week-long membership or a 6-month membership or a month-long membership. So this might, I believe that the math is correct. Let me tell you. So in terms of variables for week 1, these are things that I'm spending money on that you don't really need to spend money on, but also if you want to have a good life, you spend money. You spend the money. You get what I'm trying to say. I just had peanut butter, so my mouth's like... My total for week 1 was $304. Which sounds like a lot, right? Like that sounds really high. But then again, no, because that's also all my groceries that last me. Well, no, that probably lasts me for that week. My expenses just to be here on Earth to do what I do, that comes out to $420. And yes, I did the conversion because most of that's in euros. The reason I wanted to do it this way, I didn't want to like cheat and like start from today and film for the next week, because then in the back of my mind, I'd be like, I don't need to get this cup of coffee when I would have gotten it the other weeks. So, whoa, somehow it came out to $42,000. $724.45 is the total for week 1. Guess what? The best part about earning your own money, you gotta choose how you spend it. Okay, yeah. Week 2 was another social week. I was feeling myself, social butterfly here. So I had friends in town that I hadn't seen since before lockdown, so we went and had like lunch, dinner. Oh yeah, this was the week that I was like, oh, but I think you paid last time, when they haven't paid like in 10 years. Or I was like, oh, come on, it's on me. Yeah, if I see any text messages over the next few weeks of people like, let's go to the restaurant, I'm not paying no more. You can see that I've been overpaying. Metro, $3.80. Groceries, $90. Coffee, $34. Restaurants, $141. Uber, $36. No, but like I had a date too. Like I had to pay for him on the date. And I had to take him to one of my favorite spots. And then he like didn't say anything about how good the food was. Damn it. All right, this sounds like I'm trying to like defend myself or make myself feel okay with this. I'm just trying to figure this out, to be honest. So in terms of variables that week, groceries, Metro, all that kind of stuff, $383. Because I didn't even add my gym in here. Jeez.
Nor my New York Times membership, my weekly painting class, things I randomly buy at the pharmacy, thrifted clothes, books.
This is why I don't do this. Because again, it's like not real, because it's like, well, sometimes the payments this week, and so it's hard to like create an accurate week. And then my necessary expenses each week apparently are $420, and that includes again my rent and phone and all that kind of stuff. Again, like that doesn't change anything for me. I don't look at this and say like, I need to spend less money on coffee. You know what, let's go to part 2, because I'm the guy who spends money on coffee and I don't feel bad about it. It's a necessary expense to me. Part 2, my thoughts on money and society, my deeper thoughts on the value of money, which have been sprung about by this book, How to Worry Less About Money. So after reading this book, I realized that I have a very magical relationship with money, in a good way and in a bad way. To me, it's not real. Like, money doesn't exist, and also, how does it exist if you make all your money through direct deposit to your bank account, and then you're spending it through your phone? Like, I think I need to take out all my money in once, like, to understand it. I've always lived well below my means. Like, I could totally afford a bigger studio, but I'd much rather spend that money I'm gonna spend on rent on coffee in a coffee shop with my friends, or going to dinner and talking about like what we're thinking for the year. Like, you know, I'd much rather spend it on life than life at home, which is not the case for everybody. Even when I started making decent money here on YouTube, living comfortably, it still never was real to me, because you would see this huge number and he'd be like, oh my God, I'm about to make all this money. And then they're like, all right, let's take 10% for the manager, 10% for the agent, 5% for the lawyer. Let's cut it into half because you're Damon and Joe, and let's take that, and you have to cut that in half, 40%, because you're now entered in like this huge tax bracket. So you would be left with like this much from like this huge number, so it never felt real. And then when I did start getting more success and more financially comfortable, I paid off my loans. I had $22,000 from like 2 years of college. I deferred all my loans because I really believed like, all right, I'm not making money right now, but I know this will work out. This will work out, and it did work out. And then once I started getting that money, I was just like, all right, can you just put over there? Because I still have to pay that off. So y'all, I paid off $22,000 in 2 payments. Because the money wasn't real. I was like, this isn't my money. To me, it wasn't even money. It was just a math equation. Like, well, I still owe this, so might as well just like put it over there because I still have to pay that regardless. Might as well pay it off now so I don't have interest. Like, okay, let's pay that. You wanna know why I also think it's a game? I think it's a game because when you don't have money, you think money is gonna solve everything. And so you're always worried about how you're gonna pay for the next meal, pay for your rent, pay for your utilities. You can't even go enjoy your life because you can't even pay for it. And then once you get the money, you have a new set of worries, which is like, how many taxes do I have to pay? And if I do business in this country, does that mean I have to like register my business over there and become a like more money, more problems, and less money, more problems. There's just like problems around money. Like, some are good at it, some are bad at it, and some just don't even want to play. I don't want to play the game. I've never been competitive. You can win. I don't need to win. This is why I won best mental attitude when I was playing tennis in high school, because I would lose every match, but I would like still be in a good mood. Yo, I was going up against the best people in state. These are the people who would go to Wimbledon, okay? So I was like, it's fine. I had a good time playing. I do have an accountant now that files all the forms and figures out what I have to pay and all that kind of stuff. And here's how I know that this is like an issue of mine. I had him in my phone as Caesar Accounting. Yo, I had to change his name to Caesar Save the Day. Cause I would get stressed. I'd be at the club and see like Caesar Accounting, and I'd be like, oh my God, like I didn't fill out the form. Somebody were like, Damon, you should invest your money in stocks and bonds, and the stock market's going up and down. I would be like, okay. And then they'd be like, no, you should really Google it, like look into it. And I'd be like, I know that I'm not gonna do it. Like I know I'm not gonna do it. I just don't have it in me to like go down that whole area of expertise. It would be like if I tell my Uncle Ronnie, like, you know, Uncle Ronnie, you should learn French. No, really, you should learn French. It's gonna help you. And then he's like, okay. Uncle Ronnie don't give a fuck about French. he's not gonna learn French even if it is in his best interest. We're all good at certain things. This is not one of my fortes. Buying coffee. So in every financial analyst, there's like that statistic, like, you could save $700 if you made your coffee at home. True, I could. However, isn't that money that I'm sitting at the cafe with my laptop looking around at all these people, that could be the moment that my idea sparks. My videos wouldn't be half as cool if I stayed inside here and was just like, okay, so I could do this shot and that shot and then I could say this. No, I'm out at the coffee shop talking to people. I'm sitting in the corner and I'm like, all right, what's this next video gonna be? I'm inspired by my surroundings. You're not paying for coffee. You're paying for the ambiance. I agree, if you get the coffee to go, you could probably make that at home. If you're getting the coffee and you're sitting there and you're like working on something, to me that's absolutely worth it. Do I still get mad every time oat milk is an extra $1 even though it's like this much? Yes, because I know the value of $1. You wanna know how I know this doesn't make sense? If you go to Starbucks and you're like, oh yeah, I'll take a latte with oat milk. Yo, the oat milk is the same price whether you get a tall or a venti. That's a different quantity of oat milk. But even putting all that aside, like to me, if you're not spending money on things that you actually enjoy and you want to have in your daily life, then what is the point of life itself? As long as you put some money aside for the future, yes. But like, there's no point in stockpiling money. Like, for what? So we can all continue playing a fucking video game and we're all these like characters earning points to see who can earn as many points but not actually use them on things we could use them for? Like, that made no sense. I really believe in like the power of right now and not the power of like deferred gratification. Like, yeah, you need to save money for retirement. How many times can I do this disclaimer? Of course you need money for retirement. We know. Everybody knows that, okay? If you're saving money because you think you'll want to travel when you're retired, I doubt it. You're gonna have kids, grandkids. You're gonna want to go to your like bingo class. Like, you are not gonna want to travel. You should go travel right now so you can get the stories that you could then pass on to your grandkids and your kids and your bingo class. Y'all need to read this book. Next. Oh, speaking of this book, money serves no, I love this chapter in here that said money serves literally no purpose unless you're using it to flourish. Like, I don't need to be taking painting classes. Why did I take that much money out? Oh, because I was paying for painting classes. I don't need to be paying for a co-working space, but I do need to, because it's inspiring me to do better and to be more interesting, which helps my job, which then makes me more money. Like, yo, I remember when I was broke as like actually struggling less than $200 in my bank account every paycheck. And I remember I went to this school called the School of Philosophy, New York School of Philosophy. It's always in like the New York subway ads. And I was like, let me go see what this is about. It was $10 for 12 classes. $10. So I went and I learned a lot about philosophy in those classes. And I was just like, even though I'm broke, I can still enjoy my life. Because enjoying your life doesn't have to cost money. Last category, feeling rich is all relative, because it wouldn't matter if you had a Lamborghini or if you had Gucci clothing if no one was around to then see you. It's like this concept of our living for others. Like, we're not really doing it for ourselves. You're doing it because you kind of like how you are then positioned in society and how people view you. Like, even this, I like these because I like this look. Because I believe that I'm a creative person, so I will portray that self to the world because that's what I see myself as. I am a creative person. Y'all see this setup? I put that lamp there. I set up that laptop crooked like that. I got this from the other side of the room and put it right here because I like the contrast of the silver and the gold. I'm showing you the person I want you to see because that's the person that I see. So it's all relative. If I'm out here driving a drop top convertible, it's maybe because, yeah, I like the wind in my hair, but it's also because I know that that car costs a lot of money and I want you to know that I have money. But the second no one else is on earth, which is hypothetical, I know, it doesn't matter, which again proves my point that money is just magic and it's like not real and it's a game. What matters? Actually living. Live, laugh, love, they said. I'm really fucking done with this video. The reason I'm not a huge fan of all these numbers is because I don't like quantifying a life's existence, a life's purpose based on a number. What's your class rank, your SAT score, your followers on Instagram, your mortgage, how many taxes you pay? Like, I don't care. I have another channel called Damon and Joe. And on that channel, I have over 1 million subscribers, right? And now that I have 200 something thousand right now, my value as a YouTuber is now less, which is like to me makes no sense because I'm the same Damon making the same amount of content, right? My videos even get more views than that channel. But because that channel has 1 million, now people see me as more valuable if I present that channel. Again, they don't care about me. They care about what number is attached to me, which makes no sense. I put more effort into these videos, they get more views on this channel. But because you place an importance on a number, you see me differently whether I present my material here or there. Don't make any sense to me. I just don't want my life to be defined by analytics and statistics and numbers. Like, that's the farthest lifey thing you could do. Like, that's the farthest from life that you could get. No matter how many promotions you get, how much money you start making, how much money you have in your bank account now, that number becomes your new zero, and then you're always afraid of going below it. And once you go below it, you start worrying as if you don't have any money when you totally do. You didn't even have that before. This is called the hedonic treadmill, that our happiness levels out no matter what our circumstances are, which means that if you're in the mansion with the butler, your happiness will probably end up being more or less the same as somebody who's at the barbecue who could barely afford the hot dogs. Like, you guys are still laughing and having fun, and you've pretty much gotten used to your surroundings, and now the levels of happiness are the same. That's called the hedonic treadmill. Because apparently we're all just freaking hamsters on a hamster wheel. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Damon Dominique. You can find me on Instagram and find me here every Thursday or Friday. I'll see you next week. Bisous. Bye. All right, well, that being said, I'm gonna put this link in the description box below. I'm gonna put the link to my credit card that I use. We're always worrying about money, aren't we? Whether it's student loans or healthcare or taxes, it's like our existence is always revolving around money. And it's such a shame because when you go travel and you're looking up at the sky, that is literally free. And you could do that any day of the week, really. Glass of wine here is like 4 or 5 euros. The metro is €1.90. The bikes are €1. Even your apartment can be pretty cheap. It'll be pretty small, but it's gonna be cheap in the middle of Paris. My French phone is €5 a month. My internet is 22 euros a month. Life here is pretty cheap. Every time I have to go to the doctor and they're like, oh, it'll be 60 euros to be seen by the doctor if you don't have your insurance set up. I'm like, that's it? I'm like, okay. Because in the States, it's like $200 just to be seen by the doctor with insurance. Right, the goal here is it's not to not make money. Like, we all need to make money. If you're not living comfortably, you deserve to make more money. We should all be like able to go to restaurants and get good coffee and treat our friends out to things. That is cool. The purpose of money is not to get more money. The purpose of money is to use it to flourish and have a better life. I'm just saying, sometimes I think we forget that the pursuit of money is not the point of our existence here. We need it to like help ourselves, yes, but I think some people could get it twisted a little bit. They're like, oh, I need more money. And then you get the money and you're like, yeah, but I need more money to get more things. And like we're so focused on like the money part that we forget why we actually need the money. We shouldn't have to work so damn hard all day, all night to be able to afford like a base level of luxury in life, pleasure in life, good quality food, nice coffee, access to like beautiful parks. Like, that should be guaranteed for everybody. And then if you do want to work hard, of course, you're rewarded for it. You reap the benefits of what you sow, of course. But it's like our entry level to existence shouldn't be poverty. Like, I guess it's like capitalism, to be honest. But then this is where I'm conflicted because I did make my money in a very capitalist way. I did work hard. But still, that doesn't mean that I think that everyone else needs to work hard to have access to like even the things that I bought in this video, you know? Like, leave it to the robots to do the working hard. We should all be like at the pool chilling. Right?